Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there is doing well and back once again with some more Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket ranked matches. Today's video, I feel like trying out this Alolan Raichu deck that I've put together and see if I can manage to win a game or two online with it. This deck is pretty simple in its composition. It just revolves around Alolan Raichu, Giratina, and Tapu Lele. I kind of got the idea for this deck because I run a very similar one with Alakazam and Giratina, and Alakazam and Alolan Raichu have the same exact effect where their attack does an additional 30 damage for each energy attached onto your opponent's Pokemon. Though I think this deck will work a little bit better because Alolan Raichu is just a stage 1, where Alakazam is a stage 2. So it should be a little bit easier to get this deck going up faster. And I did add a Tapu Lele, which is the card I didn't have before. The last time I tried this was Alakazam. And this is just kind of our way to more or less play around Oricorio. So we can actually do some damage to it if we do happen to run into those things. But yeah, if you're curious, I'll have the entire deck list in the description of the video below should you want to try this deck out for yourself or simply improve upon it. And yeah, I will go and see if I can find a ranked match and see if I can actually, more importantly, win. I'll be back when I find my first game. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here, and we do have the good fortune of going second. Let's see what we start out with here. Alright, we start with Giratina and just Giratina, but we do have a Professor Oak and Pokeball in our hand, so not all is lost here. Starting out, and we're going up against perhaps a Decidueye deck. Also, full disclosure, I didn't realize that the ranks at the time of recording that the ranks have reset, so there actually is no ranked mode as of right now. So I'm just doing a normal online match, unfortunately. So I don't know when this video will actually come out. I might be a little bit ahead. But yeah, so this is not ranked. This is unfortunately just a casual match because that's all that's available to me at the moment. I would have liked to play ranked and try this out, but we'll just see what we can get here in the old casual ranks. I was Ultra Ball before the ranks reset. Not that that really matters, I suppose. But that's the rank I was sitting at, so I might try this deck again in actual ranked mode when that rolls around. But for now, we'll do with what we can. But we got a lot of good stuff here. We got a Giratina open, Rocky Helmet onto him. Got another Giratina in our back row. We got Pikachu out. And we also got our Alolan Raichu in hand as well. And we'll have Giratina ready to go next turn, even though we're going to need a third one to actually attack here. So I'm going to presume this is Decidueye, because I've tried a deck very similar, where Lurantis attacks the bench, and then you bring your Decidueye in to start sweeping the board with its attack that can attack any Pokemon that has damage to it. But they have not drawn into their Rowlet yet, which is good. We pretty much have everything we need. I may have Tapu Lele here just to exist. Alright, well, let's get our Raichu evolved up. And let's get an energy into Giratina. Get this bad boy charged. And we can start sweeping the board next turn. But let's hope we can, if they are running the Decidueye, get this party started before they get him out. There he is. There's Rowlet. Knew he was going to rear his ugly head eventually. Right, we're going to have to eat the damage here, unfortunately. I do think I will play Nurse Joy next turn. Alright, we'll start getting Raichu going since we don't need to do anything else. I'm going to play this preemptively because I don't want to risk them evolving the Decidueye and being able to one-shot my Giratina, because that would be bad. Alright, so let's get Lurantis out of here. Well, actually, I'm going to get one shot anyway. I completely forgot about that Rocky Helmet. Was not paying attention. Alright, well, Rowlet can... They have Decidueye. So Rowlet can knock out Giratina. Yep, they have everything they needed. Okay, well, I misplayed that pretty bad. Now, unfortunately... Oh, wait, they're running a different Decidueye. Oh, they don't have Decidueye EX. Well, that's good. I'll take that. So, this is so it does 70 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So, they don't really get to decide. So, I guess... That necessarily mean Raichu's going to get hit, since it's random. So we're just going to have to... hope that Raichu's not the one that gets knocked out. But I still think we should be okay. Unless Giratina gets hit. Then things could be bad, especially if they get the Fermantis evolved up. Okay. And it does hit Raichu again, of course. That would be my luck. Okay, well, hopefully... I was going to say, hopefully I can draw into Nurse Joy. Alright, so Tapu Lele is hurt pretty badly. And I can be one-shot by another Decidueye. Which we don't want. So I'm going to play... Pokemon Center Lady, I guess to at the very least... keep this Giratina healthy. And, yeah. Now, if Tapu Lele gets hit, then that's game over. I probably should double-check the Decidueye here, because I interpreted that when I initially read it as random. I don't know if they actually get to pick or not. Let me double-check this here. Alright, I don't know whether to interpret that as they got to pick. They did hit Raichu twice, so maybe they did get to pick and it doesn't specify random. So if they do get Decidueye out here where they can snipe Tapu Lele in the back row, then that's bad. I have to hope that doesn't happen. There's also a good chance I might be getting freezed out right now, so that may not have what they need to do so. But we shall see if they're going to try to freeze me out or not. Hello? Got 40 seconds to decide there, bud. I wish they had a better way to figure out timeouts. Like, I don't know what... Like, I've said this a couple times every time, like, I get stuck in a scenario like this. I don't really know what they could do to make this better. I don't know if a reduction of time would be better, because I don't know if that would be too little time. But I feel like if there could be like some... I mean, I don't know how they would go about this. I'm not some sort of a game developer. But if they could like do a way to where like they can sense like the opponent is inactive, and maybe that speeds up the time or something. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff now. All right, well, let's go ahead and knock out this Rowlet to end the game. All right, and there we go. There's a win on the board for Giratina and Alolan Raichu. Unfortunately, Alolan Raichu only existed to get sniped on the bench, but maybe he can get a little bit more playtime in the next game, but I'll be back when I find my next opponent. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and now we have to go first, unfortunately. But that's okay, we started with Giratina, so that's not the end of the world. Now, do I want to put Giratina in an open spot, or do I want to go with Tapu Lele? You know what, I'm gonna put Tapu Lele up front. Just to make sure Giratina doesn't somehow get hit right out of the gate. That's what we're gonna do. Kartana, that's one of the new Ultra Beast cards. I've only done one pull. As in, I've opened one free daily booster and got got nada. So I don't really have anything to test at the moment with the new the interdimensional pack, I think is what it's called, or new at the time of recording this. Like I said, I'm probably a little bit ahead at this point for videos. But all right, yeah, that does 40 damage for a single energy. I mean, I guess it has low health. I guess that's kind of the trade-off here. And Buzzwole. Damn, they're running a full Ultra Beast deck. Makes sense, it is the new hotness. Alright, well, we're gonna get Pop for 40 here. And we get our Pikachu, and we got Raichu back here. So let's go ahead and just get Giratina up and running and let Tapu Lele be our shield. Now, I can't really get Tapu Lele out, which is unfortunate. Alright, we'll get an energy. I guess there's no point in putting energy into Giratina this turn. We'll get a little bit of a head start on Raichu. And get that party going. And we get a little bit, we get our Rocky Helmet here. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that into Giratina here to protect our lad in the back. And I guess we will just sacrifice Tapu Lele here. And just use Giratina's effect so we can start building. Raichu should be getting some real trouble. Now, thankfully, with Buzzwole, they can only do that punch attack once every other turn with how that works. So once they use it once, they have to wait another turn to do it again. So we do have that going for us. Alright, let's nab another Pikachu. Mill the deck out. Get another energy into Alolan Raichu back here. Now I could forcibly make them bring in something else. But they would just probably bring in that other Kartana. So we won't waste Sabrina yet. And Buzzwole can't kill me unless they have something that can boost their attack, because it only hits for 120. Alright, they're not going to bring it in just yet. They want to get me into kill range first, which makes sense. Alright, they get rid of the Rocky Helmet. So they're gonna bring in Buzzwole. Alright, Buzzwole still can't take me out, which is good. Buzzwole can absolutely take me out, which is bad. Alright, so we lose Giratina here. And because I let them kill Tapu Lele to try to get Giratina out, we unfortunately lose the duel. Well, damn, so we're 1-1 with Raichu and Giratina so far. That was probably a misplay letting them take out Tapu Lele, but I wanted to get Raichu built up on the bench. I should have just let Giratina take the hit, unfortunately, but you live, you learn. But a good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I'm fine in my next match. Alright, looks like I found potentially my final opponent here, depending on how long this duel runs for. Alright, well, we only have Tapu Lele this time. So we have no choice but to put it out first. Now, are we going up against Solgaleo? That is the real question. See the card covers, so there might be a very real possibility that's about to happen. They're having a hard time deciding what needs to come out first. Okay, yeah, it's absolutely Solgaleo. Alright, well, hopefully they don't already have an item to put into Skarmory. They already have an item to put into Skarmory, I see. And they have another one to put into that one. Alright. We're off to a winning start here. Alright. Well, let's play our Pokemon. Hopefully one of these is a Giratina. Alright, it is. It's a good thing. Now, hopefully this other one is a Pikachu. Hey, we got what we needed. Alright, Oak, since I'm speaking things into fruition, if you could net me a Raichu of some kind, that'd be great. Well, I got another Oak and a Cyrus, so we'll just we'll live with that, I guess. Alright, well, we get 2 energy into Giratina. We do have a Nurse Joy, so we can kind of play around Poison a little bit, since we can get rid of that status effect. They don't have their Cosmog to get to Solgaleo yet, but we don't want to play around too long and let them get that. Now, the problem is we're kind of in the same scenario that I was in before. Do I sacrifice a Tapu Lele to get Giratina built up? Or do I switch in and let Giratina take the hit for 50? I'm kind of thinking a few turns ahead. I don't know what would be better to do. I don't think they have anything, probably more than likely, that would get me taken out. So I will probably just sacrifice Tapu Lele so Giratina didn't take any unnecessary damage. We'll oak it up. Hopefully this will net us an Alolan Raichu. Does. And we'll use a Broken Space Bellow to get Giratina built up. And we'll start swinging next turn. Alright, thankfully they haven't got their Cosmog or anything yet, but that could very well happen very soon. Unless they're just running to Skarmory like a mad lad. Alright, here's our Giratina. Thankfully we got 2 Nurse Joys so we can actually heal from poison twice, which is pretty nice. Alright, we have our... I have still yet to know how to say this name properly. I always call it I know, but I don't feel like that's right. I'm not pronouncing that second O. Is it Iono? I know I'm a stupid person, so I can't say most things correctly. All right, let's attack into Skarmory and get it taken out. And then we'll use Nurse Joy next turn to heal and feel. Alright, they're going to have to bring in Skarmory, obviously, because that's all they got left. And now they can't get into Solgaleo in one turn, thank God. But even if they did, I would Sabrina it in. But never mind. They were not able to draw into their Cosmog, thankfully. So, alright, we are 2-1 here with Alolan Raichu. I think, since that was kind of a short one, I'll go find one more duel. Why not? I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my for real final opponent here, and we're going to go first, unfortunately, so hopefully start out with the Giratina. Okay, this is the worst start I've had so far. So we get Pikachu up front, but we do have the type advantage, which is nice, but unfortunately they're running water, so a well-aimed Misty could ruin everything. Alright, we get another Pikachu. We do have a Alolan Raichu in hand, which is nice, but unfortunately, we need 3 turns to get or 4 turns to get the bad boy going. Because we do not have... God, it's really not wanting to give me Giratina. Because, unfortunately, we can't attach energy on turn 1, so... Just gonna kind of have to live with this for now. I'll probably just evolve the Pikachu on the bench into Raichu here. Since this Pikachu is inevitably probably going to get hit at some point. Unless I draw into a Nurse Joy, that can make things a little bit easier to decide. But we shall have to see. They can't do anything either because they need energy. Alright, so I am going to evolve this one on the bench. I'm going to put an energy in the Raichu. I'm actually going to play Ino here because I want to see Giratina. That'd make my life a little bit easier. And there he is. And we get a Cyrus and Sabrina back, which is always good. Alright, well now we can attach an energy into Giratina as well. And we have... I feel a bit better about the bench. Now that we got these 2 back here. Now, I don't know how effective Raichu honestly is going to be in this duel other than having the type advantage. Because, well, I won't even have the type advantage over Crab Brawler. Once it evolves into, God, I forget what the name of that Pokemon's called. Crabominal. Thank you for reminding me by playing it. We won't have the type advantage there, unfortunately. Alright, so we're going to lose Pikachu immediately. Because that thing will hit for 60. And since we're running a basic, it hits for 120, so that's not good. But they do have to put a third energy into a Arachnid. I mean, I'm not going to let you get a free shot on Giratina or Alolan Raichu. You can hit Tapu Lele for all I care. Oh, they're going to time out. I don't know what they were trying to do there, but that saved me from me. All right, let's get energy into Alolan Raichu. And then an energy into Giratina. I don't know what happened there. They had plenty of time to make a move, they just didn't. So obviously this turn they're gonna KO the Arachnid. And then I in turn will take it out with Alolan Raichu. If we get to do that. They're taking a lot of time for some reason. I have no idea what that card does. I was not fast enough to read it. All right, they're going to forcibly switch in Giratina. Okay, I need to read. It says if your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, this deck does 60 more damage. I interpreted that wrong. I interpreted it as non-EX. I don't know why my mind went there. Okay, well. We gotta take Giratina out now, bring Raichu in. And we'll take Arachnid out. Now we've got to be able to hit Crabominal twice. That is the next obstacle. I think it does have to hit me 3 times, right? It's 40 the first time, then 80 the second, which is only 120. Yeah, so they do got to pop me twice. Now, would it be stupid to bring this other one on the bench in? It does have a 3 retreat cost. And I can only do 60. Or would it be better to keep this one in because I will do 90 to it. Probably be better to keep this one in since I'll do 90 damage to it. That's my rationalization. Because again, 120 is the most they can do to me without a red. I do have a Nurse Joy in hand. So yeah, I won't switch. Oh, and we got a Rocky Helmet, so this makes it a little bit easier. Alright, well, I'll put an energy... I'm going to put an energy into Pikachu. And then I'm going to heal Raichu. And then we're going to hit them for 90. Alright, now they need a leaf to get out. But I can Cyrus this Crabominal right back in. So it's really not going to matter too much. Do they have a leaf? No, they got a Sabrina. Okay, they have no points. But I'm going to bring in Tapu Lele because they can't one-shot it. Alright, might be able to do this without actually losing a point. So we can oak it up if we really want to, but I don't think we really need to. So I'm going to retreat here. We're going to bring Raichu right back in. And now we can pop him from 90 and take game. And down goes the Crabominal. Crabominable? I don't know. I can't say words. But alright, we managed to go 3-1 with the Alolan Raichu deck. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, though. I think you can pretty much damn near pair anything with Giratina and get a win somewhere. But good game to the opponent. To that opponent. If you made it this far in the video, I do thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.